Hey guys, so the kids were out here for like three and a half hours today. My son was out Friday night as well, skating around, so the ice is chewed up pretty good. So first I go and shovel. That is my rink shovel. Does not get used in the driveway, so it stays fairly flat. Doesn't get any salt on it or sand or anything either. That transfers over to the rink. And after I get this thick bristled broom that I use to sweep all the snow off, so there's no loose snow. Now there's stuff. It's cold tonight, it's -10, so a lot of the snow is stuck and it's in between the skate marks and stuff, but that's fine. What I'm going to do is I've got this flexi hose, which is 20 feet long, but then it expands to 50 feet long, and I just got this nozzle that I put on the shower setting. I literally just make a puddle, a thin puddle, which is thicker than my hose bony, but this is just quick and easy, and it works. It's not perfect, but now there's the hose bony without hot water. I just do cold water. My kids get skating for 5 or 10 minutes, and you can't tell the difference anyway. It smooths it right out. So go and connect the hose. Do it nice and tight. So there's the flex the hose. Add the water to it. Expands. And flood. So it is -10. The airport says -10, feels like -17. And I bought a pyrometer, infrared thermometer, and it takes surface temperatures. And it's telling me the ice is almost -19, which is over -19, -20, which is crazy to me. It hasn't been -20 in a week, but for whatever reason, I'm sure this ice is solid to the ground. Way up there, it's 5 inches down at the far end, and down here in the deep end, it's about 14-15 inches. But I'm sure it's frozen to the ground. It's been cold for like 5 weeks now. There we go on the shower setting. I got this nozzle at Dollarama for $4, so that works even better for my budget. But I like it a lot. It that on-off valve on the end there, super easy to use with gloves. So anybody in Canada looking to get one of these, go check out Dollarama. So I'm all done. Here's the hose, all full of water still, 50 feet of it. And not only is this thing awesome to put away, because it contracts into a very small, basically one handful to put away, but once I shut the water off, what I gotta do, go down here where I'm not gonna have any water issues, open that valve up, and it's blasting out of there because the hose is contracting. It's emptying it for me. I don't have to walk all the way out to the road. Give it a little bit of a hand. Super easy. It's draining now. And that's it. 50 feet in my hand, all drained, contracted. Pretty sweet deal. So now I do have to come back in the house. It's -10. That water valve out there will freeze and possibly split because the water will expand. So come in here and turn this water valve off, which leads out to the outside faucet, and then I'll open the outside faucet. And so now I'm going to open this, let it drain out, and I just leave it open. And the reason I leave it open is if there is any water left over that doesn't drain out, it'll drain out. It'll have somewhere to go. It won't just expand the line and burst the line inside the house. This faucet's strong, it probably won't damage it, but that cold will go right inside that line into the house and split, and then we'll have a water leak in the house. So I also have this faucet cover, which is just a styrofoam cover. It's $5 at a hardware store. And sometimes that faucet's not frozen at all. Sometimes it is with a little bit of excess water, and I just gotta usually put my warm hand on it and defrost, but this usually prevents it from freezing. Easy to use two-handed, but anyways, it holds on there with that toggle. So this was one of the last areas I flooded, and you can tell on here it's still kind of watery, or it's just frozen. So everywhere I checked, it was between -18 and -20. When I check now, it's only -13, -11 down at these wet spots, -9.8. So I should go down there and check where I flooded early and see how cold it is down there. It's been about 10 minutes. I wouldn't walk on it yet because it doesn't look frozen. So now I'm on the far side of the rink, and maybe tough to tell on video here, but it's frozen. In fact, I'm fairly confident I can walk on it. Yeah, there's no issue. So within like 10 minutes, that heavy flood is frozen. It's not perfectly flat like arena ice, but I mean, we're working outside here. It's 6 minutes to flood with cold water. Hot water may make a better surface, but the puck still glides smooth on that. So let's check the temperature now. -14, -14, almost -15, -15. So this area was -20 when I started, -16. So it's, even though it's frozen, I mean, that's just surface temperature, but I'm sure that warm water still is working on getting cold to what the ice was, which surface temperature of between -16, 18, and around -20. Most spots between -18 and -20. So just because it looks frozen doesn't mean it's completely bonded yet. So just remember that. That's why I usually don't do a flood halfway in between. I just shovel and let the kids continue to play. Make it a little rough for them, but it's outdoor rink ice. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. But in order to continue making good ice and not to lose any through evaporation, you do a flood whenever you can. And it's been snowing all week and I haven't been able to flood. I've had one flood this week, so this was a much needed flood on a Saturday night, and they'll get out on it all day Sunday again. It's another good reason to flood in between. So it's been about 15 minutes since I've flooded. I resurfaced. There's still a bit of water here, like just minute water. I'm going and take the temperature of that. Yeah, like it's -2.8, -4. But when I get back here where I first started, I start taking the temperature. Now it was reading about -18 to -20, and we're in at -15 here now. It's -16, -15, so we're pretty much where we were at when we started. So it kind of gives me an idea of how long it takes for the rink to set up. So these wet areas can't be too much further behind freezing. I'm walking on it though. Even a few little ripples of water there. So this area probably needs a good 10 minutes later. But yeah, pyrometer is a beauty thing. Infrared thermometer. Picked it up on Amazon, 24 bucks. Also learned a lot about the temperatures on my rink boards. I know the rink boards get warm, not the board so much as a liner. So I pile up snow against it. This is the north side of my boards. The east doesn't get us so much. The sun early in the morning is pretty cool still. But all along here, I'll pile up some more snow along the east boards for the western sun in the afternoon when it shines on there. What would happen is the boards, they're getting warm, like 8 degrees on a -5 day. And it was melting the edges of the ice now. Some say that's ugly, but who cares? I'm just trying to save the ice so I don't get melting in between the boards and the ice. Save it as much as possible, because that drives down that temperature on those boards, goes right down the sides. and gets into the ice. In fact, before I started doing that this year, we got a day that was -5 and really sunny all day, and I lost an inch of ice, was just water, for about not quite a foot, maybe 10 inches out. It all caved in and it melted. Plus there was about half an inch. There was water between the boards and the ice. It refroze at night, but it sucked to skate near during the day. But putting all that snow there made a big difference in insulating it from the sun's rays. Get some melting there, but all the melting goes into the snow, not the ice surface.